Hello, this is a training video on Rebo Gateway's track utility tool specifically. If you're looking for information on Rebo Gateway, there's other videos that can show you the features and benefits of Rebo Gateway, but this is going to be on track utility only, a training video on how to use the tool. You will have your county already pre-selected for you based upon your subscription. From that tool, the button that will be most often used is that button on the right-hand side, the pink one that says Find Tracked. What we're doing again with the track utility is we're going to group homes together by different property groupings, which you can see along here at the bottom. I'm going to highlight it in blue. We're going to group homes together within areas within these groupings. And from these groupings, we're then going to figure out, we're going to group them together. Let's say there's 100 homes in the group, and there's been 5 homes that have sold over the past 12 months. That would be a 5% turnover rate. So by these groups within areas, we will rank homes from our tracks or property groupings from the highest turnover rate to the lowest turnover rate based upon the group that you select and the criteria that you enter into this filter. Okay, so back again, what we're doing, your county will be pre-selected for you. Find track, you're going to select. When you do that, select the city that you want the information on. I'll select Cupertino. You can select single-family residences or condos or both, whatever you want. I never really liked selling condos myself as an agent, so I'm going to deselect that one. And then I have 5 different groups to select on how I want Cupertino as a city broken down. Do I want the homes grouped together by the property tract that they may be built into? Most homes in the residential areas throughout the U.S. are built within property tracts. So that's one way to group them together. Or I can group them together by census tract, which are larger groups of homes, and it's the largest group that we group together. Could be tax rate area, which is on the tax bills for different properties within Cupertino. Or I can use Every Door Direct, which seems to be the most popular one because what we're doing here, this is really not Every Door Direct, it's postal carrier route. So it's carrier route C015, which may include anywhere from 50 doors to 500 doors that the post office delivers to. This is the same group that they use for the Every Door Direct mailing campaign, and that's why we named it Every Door Direct. So that seems to be the most popular because it's the most inexpensive way to deliver mail at property addresses. And then the last way we can group properties together is the zip code +4. So it's those 4 digits at the end of the zip code when you look at the mail that arrives at your address, right? So it takes that zip code and breaks it down a little bit more, so the easier groups to be able to market to. So I'm going to select Every Door Direct. I can also put in a turnover rate. So I can say, I want a turnover rate between 5% and 8%. Maybe you want a minimum of 8% and higher. I mean, you can put it whatever you want. I'm just going to leave it open for right now and see what we get. Cupertino, single family residence grouped together by the Every Door Direct grouping. So what Rebo or what track utility is going to do, it's now going to bring us back the results from highest turnover rate to lowest turnover rate in Cupertino, which you can now see along the bottom, right? So I'm going to scroll up so that we can see that. So the highest turnover rate is the carrier route C008, and it has a turnover. It's 103 units within that carrier route, so that's what the post office delivers to. This is one of the groups you can select on the USPS website from the Postal Service if you wanted to mail to it. There's been 5 sales, which is a 4.85% turnover rate. Those 5 sales sold at an average price of $1.3 million. So this could be the track that I want to select, and these are the tools that are provided you in track utility. Based upon turnover rate, it's the highest turnover rate. I may want to go there. But if you look down one track below, almost the same turnover rate, 4.35%, smaller amount of homes, but it's got a much higher sales price. Or maybe I want 500 homes. Well, I could select these 2 and start adding to it, or I can just go to one track, which means one carrier, which means all of the homes are going to be together near each other. It's got a 1.5 million average price, 18 sales out of 476. So let's say that's the track that I want information on. If I select that green row, it's now going to show me all of the homeowners that make up that group. It will show me where the track is located at on the map. And if you look on the left-hand side, there's different tools available to you as a customer where you can then group the homeowners down below together. So here's all of my homeowners down below, right? You can see the first 6 of 485. But you'll notice some of them are owner occupants, some of them are non-owner occupants. So maybe I just want the investors, which would be non-owners. Now I'm going to use the tools on the left-hand side to sort the list into the groups within this group that I want to look at. So you can see those are all the non-owners. Now I've narrowed the list to non-owners. We can also narrow the list down to empty nesters. Our criteria for that button is anybody with 25 years of home ownership. So if they bought when they were 25 to 35 years of age, what we're doing then is we're going, okay, add 25 years to it. They're at the point in time when their nest is probably empty. If they have a big home, maybe they're looking to downsize, right? So empty nesters are selected. Next seller button you see on the left-hand side also, it's going to take that red number that you see on your screen, which is the median years owned at 15 years. So in other words, people within this track own their homes for about 15 years and then they get into selling mode. So we can now provide, by clicking on the next seller button, we're going to provide anybody who's owned homes in this track between 14 years and 16 years. Those are the people that are in the sweet spot to sell properties potentially within this carrier route. Okay? So those are the different tools that we have available to you. You can see all the homeowners down below. You can export these records. If you have a Rebo Gateway subscription, you can save the records as a new farm, a farm area that you want to potentially start marketing to. But those are the tools that are available to you within that individual screen. I want to point out another tool that we added to the system, which seems to be working out quite well. You'll notice some red and green numbers. So I'm going to use this one here at the top. What we're doing is we're comparing, this is our past 12 months, total sales 5, that's the past 12 months worth of sales in this tract. We're going to compare that up against the 12 months preceding the last 12. There were 6 sales. So in other words, the count went from 6 sales to 5 sales, so we make that red saying, hey, it's gone down a little bit. In other words, sales are slowing a little bit over the past 12 months, and that's why it's red, but it's really about the same for that one. And then you look below, it shows the price. Those 6 sales sold, 6 homes sold at an average price of $1.2 million, and the price over the most recent 12 months was $1.3 million. So we're going to make that green because now it's going up in value, not down in value, the homes that are selling in that area. Okay, so anyways, that's your 24-month trends you can see in that box compared up against the most recent 12 months, which is going to be in the middle of your screen there. Okay, so you can continue to use this tool, right, to find tracks. If that's, you can group tracks together. I can select multiple tracks and I can export them together utilizing that red link that says download all tracks. So if you want to download more than one track at a time, more than willing to be able to do that. Just select the ones you want on the left-hand side, click download selected tracks, and then say, what do you want? Do you want all of the properties within that tract? We'll export it to Excel for you. Or do you want just the likely next sellers or just the non-owner occupants? Choose, and then we will export just those properties from each of the tracks that you selected. Okay, valuable tool for you there as well. Okay, if you don't want to search by city or zip code, which is what you can do in Find Tract, you also have the ability to search by radius or boundary, meaning I can now come over on the map and maybe I want to look for tracks within this area on the map, which spreads out over Saratoga, Campbell, and Los Gatos. So I don't want to search just one city. I want portions of those cities. I can do the exact same process. So select the area on the map. Now I do not need to select a city. It's already been selected by the map. Single family residences, grouped together by property tract. We'll change it up this time. Now I'm going to say I only want a turnover rate of, let's say, 5% or higher. And I'm going to click submit, and now it's going to rank the tracks within that mapped area from highest turnover rate to lowest turnover rate once again. Okay, and these will be property tracks that it's going to return to us. So hopefully that helps you with what the track utility will do. It is a great tool to point you in the area of where homes are selling versus where homes are not selling. Any real estate coach, just about every single one, I've listened to a lot of them, Just about every single one of them will tell you find an area of turnover rate 7% or 8%, depending upon the coach, and higher. If you can find those areas of high turnover rate, market into those areas, and your marketing will have much more success. That's the purpose behind the Track Utility tool, and it's the first and only tool that provides you that instant access to those different property groupings and the turnover rate within them.